Good morning, USA, and welcome to another episode of the Bernie or Bust Show. Unshaved, unbathed, unedited, and unscripted. Have some coffee. Enjoy the day. We got lots to do. School's back in session. Everybody's busy. It's hard to find time to stump for Bernie. But let me tell you, the timeline is faster than you think. Because instead of getting ready for November, we have to get ready for February. So there's a lot to do if we're going to keep the left flank moving in the right direction. How big could a left flank collapse become within the Democratic Party? There's an article I'm going to link to under this video by Kent Kroger. He talks about the Civil War and General Lee's left flank and General Grant's left flank, and how being vulnerable on your left flank can have disastrous results. And most Democrat voters, most people who consider themselves to be Democrats, almost 70% of them feel that defeating Donald Trump is the biggest importance in this election cycle. They're wrong about that, but that's what they think. And so if, as bad as Donald Trump is, if you feel like electing him is the biggest order of magnitude of crisis, then you're going to allow lesser evilism to come in, and we're going to get somebody who will in many ways be worse. Joe Biden, for example, I believe would be worse than Donald Trump on some key issues such as foreign policy and economic justice. Let's talk about what Kroger says here. He says that the Democratic flank is approximately 25% of the Democratic Party. He calls it left flank progressive. And he does go on to say that some of those left flank progressives would vote directly for Donald Trump, which is what I've seen too. He talks a little bit about strategy, but the most important thing I want to acknowledge here, he's a statistician. He is good at data collection, and he has enough respondents to make this statistically significant. It holds water as far as research goes. His research methodology is solid. So this is the only reason to bring this up. It's saying the same thing I've told you before, but in a way that you can verify if you're a statistics person. So going on from here, what do we do with this information? What this says is there is no possibility to defeat Donald Trump. If that's your biggest goal, is to defeat Donald Trump, doing the math here, the way this guy does the math, there is no possible way to defeat Trump with Biden or with Kamala or with Elizabeth or with Beto or with Pete. It's not going to happen because this 25% isn't going to go that way. And 25%, if you look at how close our elections have been, if you look at battleground states, if you look at swing states, you need this 25%. You can't get there without this 25%. He says in this article that it's not a big enough group to take over the party. It's not a big enough group to win by itself. But what you need to know is, if you want to defeat Donald Trump, you need this 25%. And the only way you're going to get him right now is Bernie Sanders. And so this is a reality. It's just a mathematical reality that we have to deal with. So this is what I'm doing about it. This survey is closed now. It ended up with 2.8 thousand votes and makes the 25% seem like a conservative estimate. But it wasn't, the methodology wasn't the same. It was, will you vote blue or will you vote not blue if Bernie isn't the nominee? And so there you've got more than half of the people who won't go for Biden or for Warren. And I've said many times that it's clear that they're swinging behind Warren. The establishment is swinging behind Warren now because they can see that they can't prop up Joe Biden all the way to next November. So instead of linking to this poll, I'll link to a new poll. This is already has 2.2 thousand votes. There are 2 days left. And I urge you to share these polls around, whether you're a blue dog Democrat, whatever your level of left, center, or right is, because this does rile people up. It does get them to understand. This one says 64% will not vote blue. The wording is, if Bernie Sanders does not win the nomination, what will you do? And you're supposed to comment under this one. If it isn't Bernie, what are you going to do? And what we're seeing is some people will vote directly for Trump. And in swing states, that's a powerful, it's not what we recommend, but it definitely will alter the course of history if enough of these 64% Bernie or bust will vote directly for Trump. We get a lot of discussion under these, on the other one, lots and lots of comments about this strategy. It isn't for the weak. It's not for the meek. If you do this strategy, you're going to get pushback. But what it will do, because people participate rapidly in these polls, what it will do is it will get people to see what's actually happening on the left flank. And if people are serious about defeating Donald Trump, they've got to figure out how to keep this left flank together. And there's only one way to do it. So keep spreading the word. You'll get weeping and gnashing of teeth. You'll get people yelling at you. You'll get people unfriending you, even in your own family. But what you need to realize is this word has to get out. Neoliberalism is an existential threat based on the climate that the world's climate, the planet's climate, based on the political climate, based on the social and economic climate. Neoliberalism is an existential threat, and we have to defeat it. And if you're serious about that, if you're a true burner, you'll consider jumping on board here and helping me spread this word. Contact me directly. I have my Facebook information under this video, and I will put you to work if you're a serious burner and you want to save the planet and save your fellow humans from the ravages of neoliberalism. Keep on burning.